Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. So I'm just getting ready for the day. I'm going to film a couple of videos this afternoon, but I have put on a full face of makeup for the first time in what feels like ages. I think it's been about a week since my birthday. I thought that I would put together a little hair tutorial and show you how I've been styling my hair recently and how I have been creating my beachy kind of mermaid waves. Loads of you guys on Instagram have asked for this video and it's a really cool style. It's perfect for summer. It's kind of like a beachy holiday hairstyle, and obviously none of us are on holiday right now. We're all at home, so it's quite nice to feel like we're away and to feel like we're at the beach. And it's very relaxed, kind of a little bit messy, a lot less put together than the waves you get from a waving one. So this is quite different to the waving one tutorial that I did, but it's a really cool style and it's actually not that hard to put together. So for this look you will need a curling tong. You can't use a waving one for this look, unfortunately, because you need to use the clamp to kind of like lock in the hair. The curling tong that I have is an Aria Beauty tong, and I've had it for about 5 months or so. I got it just before Christmas from Brush Salon. And the thing that I like the most is it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So I mentioned this in my waving one video, that it kind of doubles up because the barrel is pretty long. I use it as a waving one and just wrap my hair around the whole thing, and you can also use it as a curling tong and get the clamp involved. So it's very versatile, kind of like a 2-in-1, and it just has a lot of features that I really like. I'll link it in the description box down below if you want to go in and check it out. So I'm just going to turn this on and put it on to 370 should be fine. I have just washed my hair and blow dried it with a paddle brush. My hair is so long at the minute. It hasn't been this long in a very long time, and I've got some very visible roots going on. Actually, to be fair, it's not that visible. It's quite visible because obviously I'm not naturally blonde, but the way that Michael does my hair, he does it really well, so it's not like a kind of a block line, so it is fading out quite well, but I still really need to get it done. I was supposed to get it done in March, but obviously then we went into lockdown, and I think the last time I got my hair done was maybe like the beginning of January. So yes, it's been quite a long time. These ends are a little bit ratty, so sorry about that. But you know, what can we do? And I don't really want to attempt an at-home haircut, and I think Michael, my hairdresser, would kill me if I did that. So anyway, I am going to put a little bit of the Kerastase Elixir Ultime serum just through the ends of my hair. I love this serum. I'll link it down below. I'll link anything that I mentioned in the description box if you want to check it out. But yeah, this serum is so nice and it smells amazing, and it just makes your hair feel really glossy and shiny, and yeah, it's just a very nice product. And I'm also going to use a little bit of a heat protection spray. I don't know if there's much left in here. We will find out. Oh, there's a little bit. Oh. So I am going to section my hair just into 2 sections. If you've got thicker hair, you might want to split it up into 3 sections, but 2 is usually fine for me. Okay, so we're going to start from the back and then work forwards, and the key with this technique is that you alternate the waves, because you don't want it to look super pristine, you want it to look quite messy, and so if you alternate the way that you hold the curler, then you get some really cool waves. So I'm going to start at the back and take about 1 inch wide section. So what I'm going to do is wrap my hair around the clamp like so, and then basically twist the hair around so that the hair is sort of twisted but it's no longer clamped, and then hold it for a couple of seconds and then twist the hair around. And we're basically going to do this until we get to the end, and the next time that I'll do it, I'll do a close-up so you can see close up. Okay, so you're left with something that looks like this. It's obviously quite poodly and tight, but what I'm going to do is just stick it to the back and let it cool down, and then at the end, when everything's done, we'll brush it out and it'll look really cool. So I'll do a close-up this time just so that you can see a little bit better. So I'm going to wrap the hair around the tongue, leave it for a couple of seconds, and then twist around so that the hair is no longer clamped, and then basically just continue until we get to the end. Okay, so I'll now show you how you alternate and do it the other way, because obviously we don't want all the curls to be facing in the same direction. It looks a lot better, a little bit more messy and like more like tousled if it's all kind of alternating and a little bit different. So instead of holding the hair tong this way, instead of this clamp facing forwards, I'm basically gonna flip the curler around and the clamp is gonna face me. So I'm gonna take the hair, wrap it forwards this time, and basically do the exact same thing. Hold it for a couple of seconds, twist it round, and keep going until we get to the end. I didn't take enough hair actually, so this section's a bit small, but never mind. And then depending on the kind of wave that you want, if you want something that's sort of a little bit more messy, you can leave this kind of bottom section straight so that it looks just kind of a little bit more natural. So I'm basically just going to continue doing this and continue alternating all the way round. If you want looser waves, then you can just take thicker sections of hair. If you want tighter waves, then you can just take thinner sections of hair. So it's quite cool with the style that you can sort of just customize it and do it however you want to do it, and it's actually really, really quick and easy once you've got used to the technique. It's really quick and easy to do. And then for this front section, I'm going to do it the other way. So flip the tongue around and do it this way instead. So we've been hermiting a little bit this week actually. We haven't really been out a lot, well, like for walks and stuff. Obviously can't really go out otherwise, other than for walks and groceries, but okay. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to leave it at the back to cool down, and then I'm going to jump to the other side and basically do the exact same thing on this side. It's crazy, I'm now going into 7 weeks of lockdown, so it's always been 2 months, which is mad. It just doesn't feel like it's been that long at all. It's absolutely crazy. Hairdressers and like beauty salons and stuff are going to be so busy when things get lifted. I actually did my very first UV shellac manicure yesterday, so I did my nails, if you can see. I did it like a nudie pinky colour, but it's the first time that I've done a UV shellac in years. I used to have a machine back in England, but I haven't done it for ages, and I really like getting shellac. I really like the finish that it gives, because I find that I'm quite heavy-handed, so with nail polish it chips really easily, but yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it could be better, but it's pretty good. And also, if you want your waves to be looser, whereas I'm kind of twisting the hair maybe about 4 or 5 times, you can just twist the hair less. So I'll show you. So instead, basically just wrap the hair around and kind of bring it down a little bit further, and only wrap it around like 3 times. So it's 1, 2, and then 3. And then by doing that, the wave is just much more relaxed and it's a little less tight. But I quite like wrapping it around about 4 or 5 times, just because I find that my hair normally drops anyway, and so I'd rather do it a bit tighter and then it drop out than do it looser and then it drop out more, because then it will just kind of end up straight. So I'm going to film an IGTV video or an Instagram video this afternoon, I think. I've really not been very inspired over the last couple of weeks or so. It's weird because at the beginning of lockdown, for the first few weeks, I had so much energy and I was doing loads of TikToks and loads of content, and then my energy kind of like dwindled and I kind of lost inspiration, but now I feel like I've got my inspiration back. So yeah, hopefully today will go okay with filming. And I'm just going to alternate again. It really doesn't take long at all. Obviously it's taking a bit longer because I keep talking, but when you're just doing it continuously, it really doesn't take long at all. Okay, so that is the bottom section done. which didn't take a long time at all, and it looks quite funny when you see it like this, because obviously you're not going to keep it like this, but we'll just leave it for now, and then when I finish the top I can give it a brush out and show you what it's like. So for the top section I'll probably take slightly smaller pieces just so that it's kind of a little bit tighter at the top. So same thing, I'll start at the back and then work forwards, and I prefer starting at the back rather than starting at the front, because then you can make sure that you've got all the bits of hair at the back and you haven't missed any bits. So I'll do another close-up just so you can see. Probably been quite good at the minute, just to kind of give our hair a bit of a break from like bleaching and stuff. This is the longest I've gone not doing my hair or not getting it bleached. Normally I'll get my hair done every couple of months, so now it's been 4 months, which is quite a long time really. But I'm sure the break is doing good, and I've been doing lots of hair treatments, and I did an Olaplex number 3 treatment the other day just to give my hair kind of just a little bit of TLC, because it is just a little bit ratty at the minute, but never mind, it's not the end of the world. And then for the front sections, I usually prefer to curl away from my face rather than towards my face, just because I find that for me it sits better and it just looks a lot better and falls better as well. And then just do this front section. Okay, so now I'm just going to do this other side. And then once you get the hang of it, you can literally do it with like one hand. It really doesn't take a lot of effort. And then we'll just do the front section and then we will be done. Okay, so we're all done. Obviously my hair looks a little bit funny right now. I feel like one of those dogs, what are they called? They're like really big dogs with like dreadlock, shaggy hair. I can't remember. But anyway, I feel like that kind of dog. But now everything is cooled down, I'm gonna give it a brush out and then you'll see what the waves look like. So this is what the waves look like. They're really, really cool, very beachy, pretty relaxed and messy, but it's just a really, really cool look. So I'll show you a few little tricks as well to kind of finish off the look. So if there are any bits that are a little bit too big, like if the wave is just like a little bit too big and you want to flatten it out, you can take your curling tong, or you can take your hair straighteners, but these are already on, so you may as well use your tongs, and basically just run over the hair like a hair straightener, and it will just flatten it out a bit. So you might want to do it around the front. This bit's just a little big, and then it will just relax the hair and just loosen it and flatten it just a little bit. And then if there's any bits that sort of need a touch up, or if there's any sections that need breaking up with an alternate wave, then you can add those in. Like maybe I'll just add one in here and just give it a little bit more texture. And then if there's any bits around the front maybe that might just need doing again, you can just go in and touch them up a bit. Okay, so another trick, if there's any sections of your hair that are a little bit flat, like I just washed my hair so it's not got that much volume, I'll just take a fine tooth comb and just section off little areas and just kind of like back comb underneath, just to give it a little bit of lift just at the very roots, and that gives it a little bit more volume. I always find that when I've got freshly washed hair, my hair is always so flat, So this just gives it a little bit more of a lift, doesn't it? Oh no! Oh, I don't know my own strength. Oh no, did I break it? I don't, right. Oh no, damn it. As if I've just broken that. God, I've like grown some guns while I've been in lockdown. That's annoying. Anyway, should still be able to make it work with this. Damn it. Okay. Okay, so we just got a little bit of a lift, and then what you can also do is if there's any sections that you just kind of want to zhuzh up a bit, you can just sort of back comb the bottom, and it just makes it a little bit more like grungy, a little bit more messy, because that's what you want with this look. You don't want it to be too preen and put together, do you? You want it to be a little bit textured and a little bit messy. And another thing that I'm going to do is just put a little bit of hairspray. I think we might have run out. Maybe. Almost. I've got a little bit left. And I normally just hold up my hair when I hairspray. Just like so. We're almost out. So another thing that I will often do, and I'll just show you even though we haven't got any left, I will put a little bit of hairspray just on the tips of my fingers, just spray a little bit on. See if it'll work. No, it's not going to work. Anyway, so I'll spray a bit of hairspray at the end of my fingers and then just rub my fingers together and then basically just kind of push up on the roots underneath my hair. And I find that that also helps to give your hair a little bit of a lift. You can't really see very well because obviously I don't have any hairspray on my hands, but it just helps to give the roots a little bit more volume just in case your hair is a little bit flat, and then that'll help to volumize just a little bit. So I'll normally wear my hair like this, or I will flip it over to the side and wear it this side. No, not this side. Try the other side. There we go. I'll flip it over on the side and wear it inner side parting, and it actually looks really cool when you wear it inner side parting, just because it gives you a lot of body and a lot of volume. So when you wear it like this, it looks very cool and even more summery and even more beachy. But anyway, I hope you found this useful and you've been able to follow along. If you give it a go, then let me know what you think in the comment box down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you want to see more of my videos, then please hit the red subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!